Hello, and welcome to my build of the Majorette Porsche 911. There's rumours that they called it a 911, so the Americans would know who to call when they crashed it. But anyway, enough of that. On with the build. Here's the starting point. A somewhat played, battered 911. I decided at an early stage I weren't going to change the wheels out on this because they're actually quite nice and suit the car. I decided I was just going to give them a fresh, quick lick of paint. But as for the rest, it drastically needed something doing. It was looking rather the worse for wear. A very bright and airy white, pure white interior, which needed resolving really, because I've never really, although Porsche went gaudy, I've never really known them with a kitchen appliance white interior, although some places will probably prove me wrong on that afterwards. But anyway, without further ado, on we go, and here we go, out from the thing. And on to splitting the base. I've already drilled it, except I forgot to press record on my camera. A minor discrepancy really, considering the things that can go wrong. I've not managed to drill a finger yet, so praise the Lord. And here we are. I've managed to split the base off, and you can see the white interior and the body shell, which actually, when you're restoring these cars, you have to look past what you first see to what they can be once you've painted them. If you stick around, it's made a quite attractive little car. But looking at that, you'd think, oh, it's horrible gaudy and stuff, but there is the potential there. What you're looking for is the potential and looking past what you first see. Because on this, the detail there, it's a good shape and it's a good looking 911. It's just that they made it appeal to kids on a toy shop shelf, which basically is the company's aim really when they're releasing them, just to make them look attractive for kids to either their mum to get it. And here I'm drilling out the posts with my little Dremel. This one's the evil Edna of Dremels, like it'll go up to sillier revolutions or whatever. And being cautious not to drill through on this one, as I've done on so many others. I didn't fancy getting the filler out for this one. And here I am drilling the rear post. Drilling down, and as for the front post, I'm being cautious not to drill through. I did actually burst out of the bottom of it, which was unusual, but it didn't go through the bodywork, and I had enough depth for tapping it, so happy days. No real issue really, it's nothing that'll detract from the build really. You can see a few builds going on in the background there. There's a dinky imp that'll be up and coming. I think there's a dinky Pontiac Parisienne, which is going to be an up and coming video. And you may just spot a Majorette Ferrari. The Majorette Ferrari was going to be part of a Majorette Porsche versus Ferrari build. But while we're buffing the screen on the Ferrari, the Dremel polishing wheel caught it, flicked it right across the room. I heard roughly where it hit, and then couldn't find it. So the result is I've ordered another Ferrari off eBay to get the screen, so the Ferrari will be a later build. So there's also going to be a Majorette Ferrari build coming up as well. And you've seen it a couple of times, the Dremel stutters and catches, and I have to backwind it and let it go again, but all par for the course. They do get stuck in there occasionally, you just have to backwind, being careful not to snap your drill. And here in a second, as Matchbox Garage says, Rob there, don't forget to oil your piece. A vital thing. During this session of all these cars, I did manage to snap another tap. Well, that's quite normal for me, so my next purchase off eBay will be a tap set. And there we are, tapping it out. There we are, moving on to the next hole and tapping. Just pushed down accidentally there. And giving it a decent tap. So I always like to get a decent depth if I can. Here I am screwing the screws into the casting. Make sure they're plenty deep enough, and there's because it were going to be a Porsche versus Ferrari build, the Ferrari GTO's in there with the Porsche 911. As I say, unfortunately the screen got lost. I'll probably find the screen now, so I'll probably end up at some point building 2 Ferrari GTO's. But in the meantime, this video's, I wanted to get it out quick, and instead of hanging around for the Porsche, I've done the hanging around for the Ferrari. My bad. I've decided to get the Porsche out. So the Ferrari is going to be a later build. It's sat in primer as I do this video. And here we are in the caustic, and push the brush in every so often, check how far we've gone. You can see the dinky imp in the background and the Pontiac Parisienne as well. Well, that's the burr casting after it's gone through the caustic soda. And here I'm rubbing down with fine wire wool, the aim is to get all the oxidisation off and dark areas done by the caustic, and also look for mould seams that you don't want on for filing. On this one there were mould seams on top of the wings, which you can just make it out there, and I decided those weren't good enough. I think I've caught it on video at a later stage on here, but I decided to file the seams off the top of the wings, give it a nicer smooth look, because the Porsche 911 was a rounded and smooth shape. I've actually driven a 911 or a Carrera 3 quite a while ago now, about 20 years ago now. And in all honesty, they're a nice car, don't get me wrong, but they're more of a track day car. They're hard to live with around town. They had an heavy clutch, it was like having a leg like Arnold Schwarzenegger to push it in and stuff. Just a car I want to live with daily. I'm not disputing it were a fun drive, but it was like a bloody go-kart. Because they have suspension that's designed more for the track than on the road. Like I say, it's no disputing they are a nice car and people do turn round and look, but at the same time they're a glorified go-kart. And still carrying on there with the wire wool, getting in all the nooks and crannies, giving it a smooth off, and looking good really. Getting towards the point where I was going to file the edges. I can't quite see yet if I've done the wings at this point, or no, this is it. I decided to file this. There's a seam down both top edges of both wings, straight across filler caps and all sorts. It just looked wrong. So, out with modelling files, stabbed myself in hand a few times. Ouch! And gradually get rid of that seam line. Worked from multiple angles, and I changed from a flat bladed to a round bladed so I could work over the top of the wings where the bulges come out. And we're going on to putting it into primer. Once I got all I think I give it a quick go over with sandpaper as well, and down to about 1200s I think it were for wet and dry. And here I'm just putting it in primer. Quick blast of, it's just cheap pound primer I use, it's nothing expensive. Does the job. If it's too rough, I'll let it dry and then wet and dry it so you get the smooth surface back. And it's just off camera, fantastic lining up, isn't it? Eh? And here I am just off camera, you can see the primer blasting in. And this one I decided to use a cellulose paint. It is actually, as luck would have it, it was a model cellulose paint intended for radio control car bodies, but as luck would have it, I looked through 911 gallery to look at details, and as luck would have it, the metallic red I picked is pretty much a genuine 80s Porsche colour. And here I am filing down the rear end where it was pretty rough and tumbled, get it looking a wee bit nicer. Just giving it a good file over. Like my hands, I've not had a brilliant day or two with hands and dithering, as you can see. I'm getting a bit spazzy in my old age, as I keep saying. And here we are going over back end, still trying to get the shape it would have been roughly. I'm not going for spot on because it's been worn and battered by kids. I'm just getting the plastic to look smooth and nice really, to be honest. And going over the front edge quickly. And after I've done that, I've decided to spray the interior black, making it look rather purdy. Takes it away from being that far too white, if you know what I mean. And there we are, we've about done on the interior there, not so far off. And here I'm coming on to the colour coat, which decided the metallic red colour does match the 80s Porsche. Once you see it in the end bit, it matches the 80s Porsche colour lovely. And there we are roughly, I think it's had about a clear coat over it. making it look good, and the last bits we're coming on to will be detail painting. There we are, still putting on the clear coat. There we are, we come to painting in the centre of the wheels. Jumping around like a kangaroo on amphetamines. There we are, touched a tyre. Congratulations, Fatty. And here we are touching in the details. Slight bit better because it's a different day, but still got the St. Vitus dance. Like, it's quite tricky when you're trying to do the details, but I live with it. I can always go back and touch up if need be. Here I am touching the blacks up on the trims. Putting them where they should be, roughly, the bumper trims and the door handles and whale, the 80s whale tail. Touching that in so it looked good. Here I'm putting the red band across the back. What surprised me, the casting actually has Porsche written on it across the back, but there weren't a lot. It was so fine, there weren't a lot you could have done to bring it out with paint, so I've just settled for there we have the number plate going on. And gradually up next, I'm trying to think what I did next. I think it'll be the clear coats for the lights, etc., the indicators. If I remember rightly, yeah, there we go. And on the rear ones. And basically just put in last bit. Here we go, assembling it. Putting the interior back in. Putting the screws, well, taking the screws out there. Putting the wheels back in. Putting the screws in. Tightening them up gradually. And the last one tightened up. And today we had a ride over to Wharton Aerodrome where they do the Eurofighter. That first one was a King Air aircraft. The second one's a 737 cargo aircraft. And there's the Eurofighter. It was off out to test missiles. If you looked at the picture, you can see the yellow and black missiles strapped underneath. Anyway, here's the beginning, a look back to see where I started, and here's coming up the reveal, where I ended up with it. I think it's a lot prettier result, back to a standard car from its racing days, and looking well in its Porsche, proper Porsche colour. And the wheels, extra wide wheels, they're more of a racing one, but it does suit it. And with it screwing together, I may eventually at some time decide I want to do a wheel swap, but I think those actually really suit it. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed watching. If you've enjoyed watching, please hit subscribe. If you wish to have notifications, please press the bell for notifications. And all that remains to be said is thank you for watching and hope you've enjoyed the video. And goodbye for now. Tatty bye.